In this video I'm going to show you how to create reports based on the searches that you created over the last few lessons. I'm using the DSDEX database because obviously this is not a live assignment now, so this is just going to be used to show you how to do that. I'm just going to open up the searches so you can see. So we've got the multiple table search with multiple criteria, and the criteria that I used is, if I take it into design view, okay, is down here. Okay, so I searched for customer 263 with the date of the booking, any days in April 2022. Okay, so that's the first search I did. The second search that I did was the second search that I've done is the single table search. So again, I'll take that into design view just to show you what we searched for there. So I've searched for the dance event for a large room stroke hall. Okay, so that's the criteria of the search. And then the final search is my parameter search, which I'm going to open straight into design view. And that is searching for somebody with a particular surname. Okay, don't forget when you run this search, this opens up a box or a parameter box where you can type in the surname that you want to search for. So whereas with the others, we've actually typed in already what we're searching for. Okay, the parameter search allows us to do a search for or reuse the search rather than having to recreate the search itself. Okay, so that's why we use a parameter search. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create reports based on these three searches. Now a report displays the results of the search in a more easy to read format. I'm only going to show you to create one of the reports, you do the rest yourself. It's important that you make changes to the formats of at least one of the reports. I suggest you do it for them all. Okay, that's my suggestion, and I'll explain the evidence that you need to take as we go. Okay, so I'm just going to close these down just so as I don't get any error messages when I create the reports. Okay, so we're going to go into the create menu, which is at the top here, and I'm going to go onto report wizard, which is over here. And you've seen this before when you created forms. We're only going to be using the queries, okay, not the table, just the queries, and you need to be creating a report for each of these queries. I'm going to start with the single table criteria search, and I'm going to move all of the fields across, and I'm going to click next. We don't want to be adding any grouping levels because we're not creating complex reports, so we're just going to click next. You may decide, you may want to add sorting. For me, each of my searches only brings back one result, so I won't be using any sorting. But if, for example, you were doing a search for all of the customers with the title of Mr., then you might want to sort your results on surname. So you just do that by clicking the box, the arrow at the side of the box, selecting the field you want to sort on, and then select whether you want ascending or descending. Okay, but I'm not going to be doing any sort on mine. Click next. I strongly suggest you leave it as tabular. If you want to have a play about with the others, that's absolutely fine. It just changes the way that the reports are laid out. The tabular report will lay things out in a table. You can see columnar displays it in columns, and justified displays it in this type of format. Okay, you can see a preview on the screen. I'm going to keep mine as tabular, and I'm going to select a landscape orientation. I suggest you do this for all of your searches, because otherwise you may struggle fitting on all of the content. I'm going to click next. I'm going to leave my my title as it is. We're going to preview the report and click finish. So this is my report, which matches, if I open up the single table search with single criteria, the results for my search. So I've got a package item with 3, dance event for a large room or hall, £300 per day. Okay, so if I look on here, option number 3, dance event for a large room or hall, £300 per day. But you can see that the formatting on this report is way off. Okay, we've got big gaps. It's not really sort of, they're not lined up properly. I could add some different colours and things like that to the reports. So that's what we're going to look at. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is to show you the different views that you can use. So by right clicking on the title of the table, I can use layout view, which allows me to move things across. I'm using the cursor keys, and you can see that it's allowing me to move my heading across. Okay, so I'm going to move that roughly into the middle using the cursor keys. You can see If you want to leave the dates of the reports on, that's up to you, okay? But you can just click and delete whatever you don't want, and you can undo and put them back and whatever. Here you can see the size of the box here, okay? That's the reason why I've got this big gap, because I've left this bit much space for my costs, that space for my room, my items included, and that space for my package option. I can come and make changes to the headings up here if I want to. Okay, I can make the boxes narrower like this, and I can make it wider. You can see that it wraps my text in my box. Okay, I'm going to undo that in a minute. Okay, I'm going to show you a different view. I'm going to take it into design view. This view you've seen before. Okay, I should be able to change these and get rid of these minuses here, or these underscores I should say, not minuses. Okay, just to make them a bit more, read a bit easier when I go back into report view. Okay, so you can see that I've removed those underscores, so that's making a change. Taking it back into design view, I want to add in a logo. Okay, I also want to change my background color. So if I click on the box there, the same as I did with my forms, I can change the background color on my headers. I suggest you use the same, if I click on there, I can change my heading row. So if I change that to a different color, and if I just go into the print, the report view, so you can see what happens, you can see now I've got different colors. So I'm changing the formats. Okay, I go back into design view, and I'll continue doing that just so it's consistent. I'm going to go into, sorry, I'll click inside there, come up to my format, change my color. I'll have maybe that color on there, and the page footer, I can choose a different color again. So click in there on my fill color, and let's choose the same color as we had up on the page header, which is that one. Okay, so now if I run the form, I put it into report view, you can see how that works. I've got an issue in the fact that I haven't filled the text boxes in. Okay, so I can go in and fix that. So I'm going to go into design view again. I'm going to click here. I'm going to change the fill color of my text box, and that's the fill color that I've currently got for that one. Again, if I click in the box there, okay, and I click in the box there, I can change that as well, like that. Now if I go back into my report view, you can see now that I've got my boxes filled in the same color. Alright, so that's how I can make changes to the colors. I can also change the font styles and font sizes if I want to. So again, I'm going to go back into design view, and I can just click in the boxes. So if I click in the heading box there, and I can change the font size. So I can change that to 14. Let's change these all to 14. 14 and 14. Okay, I can make these boxes narrower, so I can do that in a different type of view. I'm going to put my background image in, so my let's go into report design, insert an image. Okay, I'm going to click browse. On my downloads folder, I have my logo. Okay, so I'm just going to click and I'm going to drag, and I'm going to import that. Okay, if I copy that, okay, I can put that one the other side. Let's see, can I change the fill color on that? Yes, I can. So if I click the box, I can change the fill color to remove that white border. Okay, let's drag this back up, make these a little bit bigger. Okay, bring these down. So we go back into form view, or report view, sorry. You can see how that's changed, how that's impacted on my design. I'm going to go and make some changes to the way that this is laid out as well. You can see I've got text being cut off here, so we need to sort that out. So I'm going to take this now into layout view, and what I should be able to do with layout view now is I can make the columns wider. Okay, on some reports what I would suggest you do is start from this this end, so you can drag stuff back. So start from this end so as you can move things back to give yourself room at the end of the report. I can wrap text, so I'm just going to make this smaller and go like that. So let's move that so I'm not only cut off, and then I can come onto the format and I can change the layout inside that particular text box. I can have it left aligned, centered or right aligned. Alright, so let's do the same thing with these ones. Let's bring this back like that. Okay, and then we'll have that centered as well, and then cost per day, do the same thing again. Okay, and then we'll center that text as well. Okay, so now it's a case now of dragging these. So again, I can use the arrow keys to drag these around. I'm going to move this heading so it's more central with that number 3, and the cost, I'm going to move this cost. Going to make that box smaller. Okay, so I'm never going to have a cost that's going to be that big. Alright, I might decide to leave that as it is maybe, because I will have other titles maybe that might be bigger than that. So let's go and change this colour. So let's move this colour to there. That's the wrong colour. Let's drag that down. I think it's that one. Yeah. Okay, let's choose the same thing there. So you can see now that I've made some changes to my titles and the formatting that's on my forms. This is not a sensible heading, so I'm going to change this heading on my report to something like dance event for a large hall. Okay. So as far as evidence is concerned, what do I want you to do? Well, I strongly suggest that you take a screenshot once you've created the initial report. If I just save this one, I'll save this as complete. I'll create a different report. So I'm going to leave that one open. I'm going to create another report, and I'm just going to very, very quickly create a blank report. The same as I did with this one. Next, next, landscape, next, finish. Okay, so this is how I started. Okay, so this is how I started my report. So once you've created your report, I want you to take a screenshot showing the original report. What I want you then to do is to make changes to your formatting. And then after you've finished changing the formatting, so there's my changed one with the formatting done. Let's take this into the same sort of view so you can see what I mean. Okay, so there's my my formatted one, there's my unformatted one. Take a screenshot once you've finished and explain through annotation, through text boxes and arrows, what you've done to improve the look of that form, that report, sorry. And I would like you to create a report for each of your different queries, as I've said. So that's how you create reports based on queries.